Bucks County Community College is unique among institutions of its kind in starting what can easily be described as a barnomial estate. The original classroom building of the college was formerly Council Rock, the 60-room mansion of the Tyler family. George F. Tyler, banker, sportsman, gentleman farmer, and Stella Elkins Tyler, granddaughter of William L. Elkins, for whom Elkins Park is named, authorized the designing of the house as early as 1928. Designed by architects Willing, Sims, and Talbot, actual construction began in 1930. The 2,000-acre Tyler estate was developed by combining several old farm properties along both sides of the Neshaminy Creek. One essential part of each was the spring house, with a natural flow of cool water to refrigerate milk and other perishables. This sturdy structure was built on what is known as the Charles Kirby Farm, which is adjacent to the east gate entrance to the college. Mrs. Tyler's interest in art stemmed from her father, who was a collector and had significant works in the home by Corot, Romney, and Gainsborough, among many others. Tapestries and sculptures seen about the buildings are works executed by Mrs. Tyler. The site for the house was chosen for many reasons. The area has historical significance if the stories of Indians using the large outcroppings on which the house is situated as Council Rock have any validity. It is also heavily wooded, and this lent to seclusion. It is possible to pass the estate on the road and never see it. After moving to Bucks County in 1933, the Tylers gave their home in Elkins Park, an estate valued at more than $1 million, to Temple University. After her death in 1963, Mrs. Tyler bequeathed Indian Council Rock to Temple University for education purposes. At the time, the trustees of Temple decided that immediate use of the estate did not conform to the university's long-range plan, and the trustees of the recently created Bucks County Community College were searching for a site. On January 29, 1965, settlement was made for the purchase of the estate, consisting of 200 acres and all of the buildings therein for the sum of $700,000. The architectural style of the house is French Norman, featuring several towers and a castellated balcony. The main building measures some 300 feet from wing to wing, and when it was a private home, it had 45 main rooms. Interior decorating of the entire mansion was done by Henry D. Sleeper of Boston, Massachusetts. The mansion, built to last for generations, has outside walls which are 2 feet thick, made of stone and masonry and insulated with cork. The stone was quarried on the estate. Interior walls are equally strong, also lined with cork, and in some cases, they are reinforced with steel rods. The floors are all reinforced with concrete, with cork liners, and are sometimes topped with rich wooden flooring. The roof consists of 3 overlapping layers of specially made tiles, and all rain gutters and downspouts are copper. All the window casements are of steel and concrete, and all the numerous doors and windows on the first floor have individual locks and keys. No less impressive is the exterior of the building. A huge circular courtyard, laid with cobblestones removed in the 1920s from Callowhill Street in Philadelphia when that thoroughfare was paved, is ringed by flagstone walks which lead to the front door. A balcony extends across from the front of the building and can be reached by the second-floor hallway. Double oak doors, reinforced by an iron lattice gate, present the main entrance to Council Rock, now known as Tyler Hall. The magnificent front entrance, flanked by cloak and restroom for guests, leads to the formal reception hall, still used for that purpose. Oak paneling in the hallway of the period of Louis XV makes an appropriate framework for the tapestry panel woven by Mrs. Tyler. The Goya wallpaper in the living room is set in as panels. The gray all-over carpet, the marble mantel with its empire candlesticks, and figure under glass combine with the brocade furniture and the formally draped hangings to give a sense of quiet dignity. The game room, also called the octagonal room, featured 19th century French wallpaper depicting Victor Hugo's Hunchback of Notre Dame character Esmeralda, the gypsy with the goat. It functioned primarily as a passageway between 2 halls, but also contained up to 50 birds, imported from Europe. In 2004, students from the college's Historic Preservation Program restored this room to its former beauty. The pub had been turned into an early American pine-paneled room with a stone fireplace and was used to entertain guests, particularly after a hunt. The wooden bowls, copper, pewter, and furniture both in the room and in the tiny bar adjoining are of this period. The music room, furnished with 2 grand pianos, provided an accommodating setting for recitals and concerts. It also boasted an unusual turquoise rug enhancing the gold-gilt cabinets in the four corners of the room, which was dominated by a pair of magnificent cut-glass water-forged chandeliers. It was in this room that the Westminster Choir, retained each holiday seasons by the Tylers, would sing for invited guests, who not only enjoyed the performances, but also the dramatic view of the Neshaminy Creek more than 100 feet below. The main dining room table seated up to 24 people. Double glass doors surrounding the table permitted a fine view of the gardens. The dining room fireplace, one of 21 throughout the mansion, was remembered as the site for warming 3 5-gallon crocks of rum and apple brandy for consumption during winter months. The Dutch room, also called the pewter or breakfast room, served as a hallway, sitting room, and display area for a fine collection of Dutch, English, and French pewter. The mistress of the house, Stella Elkins Tyler, in a 1924 portrait, commands attention in the room. In addition to the shelving on both sides of the room, a lavender rug and several pieces of amethyst glass, sharply accented against the gray of the paneling and the softer texture and coloring peculiar to the pewter itself. A beautiful round, stone staircase leads to the second level, which contained bedrooms and suites. Not only did each bedroom have its own fireplace, but there was a fireplace in every bathroom. There are more than 20 fireplaces in the house, some constructed of imported Italian marble, and no two exactly alike. This section of the building is now used for administrative offices, classrooms, and the President's Suite. Employees of the Tyler estate lived on the first and second floor of this residence, which was connected to the garage that sheltered the Pierce Arrow cars that served the Tylers. The servants' dining room on the first floor was equipped with some of the first monometal sinks and cupboards used in this country. Facing the main entrance, the wing of the house to the left was used for a garage, a kitchen pantry, and a dining area in these rooms. Except the garage, were used for exactly the same purposes during the first 3 years of college operation. The Chef Apprentice program now uses this area for instruction. This J.E. Caldwell & Company grandfather clock, which dwarfs Tyler Hall visitors by imposing height and breadth, was a wedding present to George and Stella Tyler in 1905. The clock remained with the mansion after its purchase by the college due to the expense involved in dismantling and preparing its delicate inner workings for relocation. The Orangery, a square building with oversized arch windows and doorways, provided the Tyler family the ideal environment for growing orange trees indoors throughout the year. Situated at the east end of the formal gardens as an enclosure, the Orangery currently is utilized by the college's community service programs. The Tyler Gardens were constructed in 1931 to provide a formal landscape for Council Rock. The gardens clearly demonstrate characteristics that were common in formal gardens in the Philadelphia area at this time. Architectural plans and photos from the 1930s show 4 terraces extending over an acre of land. The gardens at the end of what was once a swimming pool, flanked by 2 steep roofed structures containing the bathhouses and filtering systems. Below there are the tennis courts, of which one was grass. Mrs. Tyler envisioned the formal gardens as an extension of the main house, where she could entertain in rooms created by trimmed hedges. Tyler Hall and its gardens are listed in the National Register of Historic Places. Bucks County Community College exists in, of, and for Bucks County. The college is sponsored by the Bucks County Board of Commissioners. Responsibility for the entire college program is delegated to a 15-member Board of Trustees, also appointed by the Board of Commissioners. It serves the higher educational needs and ambitions of the community, utilizes its resources, and needs its support. It serves in civic and social affairs, and Bucks County citizens look forward to a future in which the college will give its greatest return to the community which created it. This virtual tour is sponsored by the Bucks County Community College Foundation and its Tyler Restoration Committee. The foundation was established in 1982 as a nonprofit educational trust to provide and expand resources for the college's growth and development. In its quest to advance Bucks County Community College as a community of excellence, the foundation proactively approaches the private sector of the Bucks County community to secure financial support and other assistance. This community support enhances the college's ongoing activities and programs, as well as initiates new services and programs not adequately funded through traditional sources. In addition to soliciting and receiving funds and other gifts on behalf of the college, the foundation raises community awareness through special events such as the annual Tyler Tasting Party, Golf Classic, and Business Seminar.